success as a team is more successful than LeBron. I got 6 rings. Individual accolades, or you want championships? Because I didn't chase mine.
Welcome to another episode of Goats Have Antlers. Goats have antlers. Ah, man, Rich Paul's a dummy. A big dummy. But seriously, welcome to another episode of Goats Have Antlers on the Resilience Sports TV channel. I'm gonna say this. I had this video on the docket, and then I saw Tyrone make this video. And his video was about not just Russell Westbrook, but Chris Paul and the way they went out in terms of the NBA, the way they had to retire. So, I'm gonna add something else to that. Instead of just making it about Westbrook and Chris Paul, I'm gonna add another couple of elements to this. So bear with me right quick. Remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Remember. So Chris Paul and Westbrook have some things in common. They both played in LA Clippers as well. Both point guards. Both have made milestones in the NBA. Now, their style of play is a little bit different at the point guard position. As we know, Chris Paul is more of a natural point guard. And not a big time scorer, but in his prime, he needed to score when he needed to score. But a natural point guard. Also, I would say almost an undersized point guard at 6 foot, maybe. When he was younger, he was a little bit more speedy. He's gotten older, a little bit different, but he had great footwork to compensate for the loss of athleticism over the years. Even when he got to the Suns and Warriors as well. He's not an athlete like Westbrook. Westbrook, especially in younger years, jump out of the gym almost. Fast as lightning down the court. But of course they're all-stars. Chris Paul never had the chance to get an MVP. Westbrook did. Both of them played in one NBA Finals. In the West, of course. Chris Paul with the Suns, Westbrook with the Thunder. Both of them had a lead in the finals. You know, Westbrook only had and Thunder had a 1-0 lead over the Miami Heat. Chris Paul actually had a 2-0 lead over the Milwaukee Bucks before they blew that and got reverse swept. And like I said, both of them were pretty much didn't have the, I would say, farewell tour in a sense when it comes to the retirement. And the last thing, they both are Air Jordan signees or athletes, or Jordan brand athletes. Now, I would like to add another element to this. I want to look at two other players who kind of went on a whimper. So, when it comes to the Jordan brand has their hands on colleges such as University of Florida, UCLA, which Westbrook went to, North Carolina, of course, Michigan, and then they got their hands on a couple of NFL players, but they also, and baseball players, and most of all, they got their hands on a couple of NBA players, such as Bam Adebayo, Carmelo Anthony, Ray Allen, Luka Doncic, Blake Griffin, Victor Oladipo, I guess Bradley Beal, Chris Paul, Westbrook, Jason Tatum, Kemba Walker and Zion Williamson, currently Trae Young, are all part of that brand, just to name a few. There's a little bit more that I didn't put in there. Hoochie Mama is in there as well in NBA. But I want to point out Ray Allen, Carmelo Anthony, Westbrook, and Chris Paul, of course. Now, first to retire out of this is Ray Allen. And Ray Allen last year in the NBA was with the Miami Heat when they lost to the Spurs. Not so much a devastating way to go out of the NBA, but people was speculating around the time 2014, 13-14 season. So around the summer of 2014, where was Ray Allen going to go? I think he only signed for 2 years with the Miami Heat or something like that. And there was speculation on where he was going to go, whether he was going to follow LeBron James to Cleveland, because they need some more shooters. We know how LeBron can't shoot. And there was also another speculation that he may return to where it all started for him, in Milwaukee. None of those two which happened. I don't think he officially retired till after maybe the 15-16 season or something like that, or maybe after the 14-15 season. Also part of, like I said, part of the Jordan brand, and also speaks highly over Jordan, and not so much highly over LeBron. Recently, I made a video when he has called out the NBA and the style of play in the NBA. He recently has called that out in interviews. I made a video about that a couple of weeks ago. And he's not favorable to the LeBronese crime family. So, but eventually, of course, a couple of years later, he became a Hall of Famer. Top 75 player. So all ends well for him. Now we go to the next person who retired, Carmelo Anthony. Also part of the Jordan brand, had his own shoe. Ray Allen did not have his own shoe, but he was always notable for having his own player edition of certain lines of George, either from, I think he wore 11s, 12s, whatever brand he was, line of Jordan he was wearing. He had his own PE. So another one is Carmelo Anthony, who actually had his own shoe line at one point in time. Now, Carmelo Anthony was also a Jordan brand, and also speaks highly of Jordan. Of course, everybody's going to speak highly of Jordan. It's the GOAT. But we all know at one point in time, Carmelo Anthony, I guess he was part of the Banana Boat with LeBron and Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, like that. And I would say that he didn't go out the way I thought he was going to go out. And I think his time in LA has been with the Lakers it wasn't great. It wasn't good. But that whole year for the Lakers, 21-22 season, was not great for anyone involved. It was not great for Dwight Howard. It's not great for Russell Westbrook. We all know that. And it wasn't great for Anthony Davis. The only person that really seemed to come on top was the crime boss of LeBronese crime family. But I always thought Carmelo Anthony, the way he went out, was not great either. I thought he still had some more left in the tank after that season. But I think after a while with Carmelo Anthony, I think in his head, I don't want to go to another team like that. Drop to another team, try to win a ring. I'm just going to go out and be done with it. Because at this point in time, after, let's say, the Knicks, he went to the OKC Thunder with Westbrook and Paul George. That didn't work out too well. I think I don't know if anybody, maybe some people might have forgotten Carmelo's time in OKC. I almost forgot that even existed. But I think after that, I think he was traded to Atlanta, but Atlanta released him. Then he went to the Houston Rockets for a minute. After the Houston Rockets the Portland Trailblazers. And by the time he got to the Portland Trailblazers, everybody's talking about he's done. He washed up. He ain't this. He's not all this other stuff. He's a detriment to team success and all this other stuff. And then I think after the Portland, I think he ended up going to the Lakers. I think even at one point in time he was out for a season, I think, wasn't he? So the end to his career wasn't walking into the sunset necessary. No farewell tour for him. And I was not even a big fan of Carmelo Anthony, but I found myself in recent years defending his legacy because for one, if you look at the numbers, look at the research for his rookie year, he should have won Rookie of the Year. The Denver Nuggets, the year before he was drafted there, they was absolute straight trash water. And then after the rookie season was over, regular season was over for him, they was in the playoffs as an 8th seed in the 2003-2004 season. And he pretty much had the same team. The only thing different was they just added Carmelo Anthony in there. So, not that much of a detriment to the team. If you making an 8th seed, what was they record, like 45-37? And the 8th seed in the tough West in the slow ball era, we have all these other teams such as the Minnesota Timberwolves, Lakers, Spurs, Mavericks, even Kings, Suns. They're all trying to, and Rockets, they're all trying to fight for position in the West. And here they are in the East. In the West, as the 8th seed. And then over in the East, you got LeBron James. Their team is trash, but he gets Rookie of the Year. It's just weird. And I always thought his jersey 15 should have been retired, but I don't think that's gonna happen. He didn't get the same treatment as Ray Allen did. What I mean by that, Ray Allen, Bucks retired Ray Allen jersey number 34, but yeah, Giannis was still wearing it. So, anyways, that's what happened with Carmelo Anthony. Kicked out. Now, Chris Paul and Westbrook, gonna put these two together because they're the most recent. The way they went out, I don't know. Chris Paul, now he may not have been the same Chris Paul even 5 years ago when he was on the Suns, but he was very capable of playing backup and being supportive to team that's in the run for the playoffs. I know many people listed the Houston Rockets as one of the teams that he could have helped out after he was released by the LA Clippers. But I think what happened with Chris Paul is what I've been hearing for his whole career, that he's in the terms of hard to get along with. But that also can mean that he's pushing people to be great. And we know how some people see that as, oh, he's hard to get along with. He's a cantankerous deviant in the locker room. He's a distraction in the locker room. And I was come to find out that these guys they're saying that and just being lazy. I think they used to say that about Jimmy Butler. But then again, Jimmy Butler, I don't know. But then again, also the people that the players should say Jimmy Butler was pushing or yelling at or screaming at and getting on, all had championships now. Karl-Anthony Towns, Wiggins, and I forgot what was the third one. I know it was Karl-Anthony Towns, Wiggins, and someone else. Jeff Teague might have been. It was a picture of all of them sitting on the scorer's table, and it was kind of making fun of Jimmy Butler because all of them got rings except for him now. And he's sitting at the end of Golden State's bench with an ACL injury. But it's not important. But yeah, Chris Paul was an absolute dog as a player, and probably one of the last of the dying breeds when it comes to players who push their players to be better. Because we know some of these guys don't like to be pushed. Zion Williamson as an example. So that part was part of the reason why he was out with the Clippers and no one wanted him. Forced him into a retirement in the middle of the season. Westbrook We all know what happened with that. I don't think we need to go in too much about that, but same thing. And they all, like I said, all four of these guys have something in common. Play with LeBron, friends with LeBron, because Chris Paul didn't play with LeBron. Not in the NBA. Now, Olympic team, yeah, but not in the NBA. But also friends with Chris Paul, Jordan Brand. Now, people don't think the LeBron East crime family has power. They do. They got some type of power to get rid of people's pages and Patreon pages. They got some type of power to blackmail and change the perception of players like a Russell Westbrook. They do got power to do that along with the media. So, the only one that really escaped that, and at one point in time he was part of the Jordan Brand before he got his own new shoe line, was Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade was part of the Jordan Brand for a couple of years. Of course, also played with LeBron, also friends with LeBron, but he got to go out in the sunset as well. Now, all these guys that I just named, even Dwayne Wade, are going to be Hall of Famers soon, or Hall of Famers. Also, top 75 players as well. So I guess that's a good consolation prize, because with the exception of Ray Allen and Dwayne Wade, Westbrook, Carmelo, and Chris Paul do not have rings. So let's just say, don't be part of the Jordan Brand, I guess. Because if you're part of the Jordan Brand and you play with LeBron or friends with LeBron, you might get blackballed, as it seems like. Do I think that Westbrook? I think Westbrook got blackballed. You know what? F it. I think both Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, and Westbrook all got blackballed. Because I think all three of them could have played another season or two before actually calling it quits. But they never got that opportunity. It was just a couple weeks ago when they was talking, well, I would never, a report saying I would never have Westbrook on my team. So, what is that saying? One thing I want to ask before I end this video, who would you rather have? Because he's also a Jordan Brand athlete too. Would you rather have as your starting point guard Westbrook, any version of Westbrook, or Trae Young? I know some idiots are gonna say Trae Young. I would have Westbrook all the way. But that's neither here nor there. This has been another episode of Ghost Half Antlers on the Resilient Sports TV channel. Ghost Half Antlers. I can't believe Rich Paul said that crap.